When whales was walking now. Let's see when whales started walking. Well, they started out walking, which is crazy.
This episode is supported
They
by
make
the Great
great
Courses
videos.
Plus.
PBS?
We know whales as graceful giants. Some
Okay.
are powerful hunters, some are gentle filter feeders, but
Yes.
no matter what they eat or how they live, whales, as we know them, are bound to the sea. But there was actually a time
Right.
when whales could walk.
See,
The tale of whale evolution is a story about one of the most remarkable transitions in the history of mammals. The fossil record shows how these animals transform from tiny four-legged plant eaters
That's a crazy looking animal, bruh. That looks like it got some deer legs, deer feet, rat face, mole rat body, and a rat tail. But this is a whale. This is version 1 of the whale. Whale V1.
bigger than house cats to the sea-faring giants we know
See?
today.
That's crazy. How were they mating, nigga?
This change was dramatic and kind of fast. Fossils from over the past 50 million years have revealed whale-like animals of all shapes and sizes, each like a piece
glow-up
in the
head,
puzzle
yeah.
of whale evolution. Smack in the middle of this amazing transformation is Ambulocetus, a toothy predator the size of a sea lion, and a striking example of a mammal order in transition. Ambulocetus lived about 48 million years ago in what is now northern India and Pakistan, and its full name, Ambulocetus natans, literally means the walking, swimming whale. But
What?
scientists will tell you
Damn, bruh. The walking, swimming whale? Are whales elite? But they couldn't come back on land if they wanted to nowadays, though. They kind of cook themselves.
Ambulocetus natans literally means the walking, swimming whale. But scientists will tell you that it wasn't really great at either. In the water, it was a powerful swimmer, but not very fast or efficient. On land, it was clumsy too, with legs that splayed out to the sides, a belly that almost dragged on the ground, and a snout that was so long and heavy it looked like it could barely lift its head. But
Oh, no. That nigga said, I can't do this land shit no more. Oh, my God. Yo, GG's to that nigga, man. He made the best decision for his life and his lineage. He said, I'm finna change everybody's life, bro. I'm finna change my whole family life. I'm finna take this damn curse and lift it off of us. I'm finna break the cycle for us. The first nigga to go off in the water, he's him. He's him. Look at this guy. Goated, man. He did it for his whole lineage. For his whole species.
on land, it was clumsy too, with legs that splayed out to the sides, a belly that almost dragged on the ground, and a snout that was so long and heavy it looked like it could barely lift its head. But Ambulocetus was perfectly equipped for its environment.
Okay.
It lived in partially freshwater environments like river deltas, where it lurked in the shallows and grabbed whatever prey that came near its giant snout. Now, if a long aquatic ambush predator sounds kind of familiar, that's because Ambulocetus is basically the mammal version of a crocodile. It lived a lifestyle that was a lot like a crocodilian's, ideal for an animal that lives between the land and water. But despite their similarities, crocodiles and whales are not directly related at all.
Yeah, I didn't think so. You said alligator, I'm like, oh, I would never guess that. All right. You know, but I could see it a little bit, I guess. It's like that animal that lives in between the water and land. Okay, sure.
Despite their similarities, crocodiles and whales are not directly related at all. In fact, the group of mammals that includes whales and dolphins, known as cetaceans, are so different from other living mammals that it's been hard to figure out what exactly they evolved from.
Wow.
Interestingly, research done in both the field and in the lab revealed some surprises. First, in the 1980s and 90s, a set of genetic studies took sequences of DNA from whales and compared them to the same sequences in other living animals. And these comparisons showed that the cetaceans are actually most closely related to a group known as artiodactyls, hoofed mammals.
Now, these are 3 other animals that look nothing alike. Artiodactyls, pterodactyls. Did one of these motherfuckers used to fly? Where the dactyl come in at? Hoofed? Pigs always pop up? Bro, imagine pigs flying. Imagine a rhinoceros flying. I can imagine a deer flying, though.
Are actually most closely related to a group known as artiodactyls, hoofed mammals that includes hippos, pigs, and deer. Then a number of fossils found a little
Hoofed,
later
yeah.
seem to support this same.
All them hooved animals is ariodactyls. That's what they call them. Artiodactyls. Yeah, a pig. You want to sound smart to your friend? Just go up to him. You know what a pig is, right? Artiodactyl. Bet you didn't know that, boy. Yeah. Artiodactyl. Look it up. You don't believe me? Look it up.
Hippos, pigs, and deer. Then a number of fossils found a little later seem to support the same conclusion.
What
in
artiodactyl
2007,
mean?
Paleontologists in Kashmir, India found the fossils of a 47 million year old hoofed creature the size of a house cat that they named Indohyus.
I guess those are hooves. Can y'all see that, man? Like, I guess that's some hoof action. Tacos, dead artiodactyls? What? A pterodactyl? No. A artiodactyl. You know? Need that.
It turned out that this tiny mammal had a specialized thickened ear bone that, until this discovery, had only been found in whales. The bone, called an involucrum, helps aquatic mammals hear underwater, and it shows up even in the earliest cetaceans. It also had other adaptations for life in the water, like really dense leg bones, a trait that helps keep mammals like hippos weighted down when they're walking through a river. But
ooh. So it was born on the land, but it really should have been born in the water with it.
Indohyus wasn't a cetacean. It had forelegs and hooves, for crying out loud. It even had a special ankle bone called an astragalus, shaped kind of like a pulley, and that feature is only found in artiodactyls. Some very early cetaceans have this ankle bone too, which tells us that cetaceans evolved from artiodactyls. So Indohyus is now largely considered the closest non-cetacean relative of whales.
Oh, they still don't even know. This is just the closest one they got to it. This thing jumped off in the water and became a whale. Okay.
Is now largely considered the closest non-cetacean relative of whales. Unlike Ambulocetus, it's not a member of the immediate whale family.
Okay, say
a
that.
Common ancestor with them,
Say
helping
that.
to connect today's artiodactyls. In other words, if Ambulocetus represents the transition from land to water, then Indohyus represents the transition from artiodactyls to whales. By the time the first recognizable whales like Basilosaurus show up in the fossil record about 40 million years ago, this group of mammals would never come out of the water again. But
see, now look, this motherfucker right here, he look like he mean business, right? Bro look like he mean business. He not finna let nothing slide past him. He look vicious. Nigga look mean. Like he'll just eat anything like a shark.
About 40 million years ago, this group of mammals would never come out of the water again. But there's still a question of why? Why would a cute little deer thing end up leading a whole order of mammals to life in the deep sea? That's a question that remains unanswered. Maybe there were fewer predators in the sea than on land 50 million years ago. Or maybe there was more food in the ocean and less competition for it. After all, from Indohyus to Ambulocetus, there are many adaptations that show us that the diet of these animals changed from land-based sources to aquatic prey. But food probably isn't the whole reason. Whales are predators, but the only other mammals that move from land to water are manatees and dugongs, and they're both herbivores. So, as in...
Some manatee action. Yeah, we forgot about the manatees now. They also can be on that land action. Yeah. But they're herbivores. They don't eat meat. Hobbs, have you ever seen a whale-toothed shark? It's crazy looking. A whale-toothed shark. No, I've never seen that before. It was good. It was
Probably
good, Tobes.
isn't the whole reason. Whales are predators, but the only other mammals that move from land to water are manatees and dugongs, and they're both herbivores. So, as in many
Right.
other areas of natural history, we don't have all the answers yet. But still,
Right.
let's just pause to appreciate the
And
fact that it took less than
how old is
20
this
million
video? 8 years?
About the evolutionary equivalent of a lunch break for this entire astonishing transition to take place. And there in the middle is the walking, swimming whale, linking whales as we know them to tiny cat-sized deer things just dipping their toes in the water for the first time.
See, nah, he knew what he was
Thanks to the Great
doing.
Courses Plus for supporting PBS Digital Studios. The Great Courses Plus is a
He was
digital
either running from predators or looking for food, right? Maybe both. He said the best decision to do is to hop off in that water, and it's hot out here.